How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. A little bit more of these Sam Adams Brewery only jams in the form of their Grisette, dry hopped Grisette, mind you. So yeah, it's a brewery release only, Sam Adams Grisette style dry hopped small saison, 4.2%, and it comes courtesy of my boy Tyler. I have been on a Grisette kick as of late. Something about them has just been kind of being wheelhouse for me as of late, and I'm kind of excited to dive into this one. Label-wise, it's pretty much the same thing they've been doing in the brewery releases they've done, at least all the ones I've gotten from Tyler, and just, obviously, like a lettering difference and color kind of varies from beer to beer. Don't hate it, don't love it, somewhere in between. Looks like an itty-bitty saison. Looks like a table beer. Pinky finger, soapy, creamy, kind of rocky head to it. Nice creaminess in the middle. Kind of neurotic bubble edges and that soft kind of washed out low ABV kind of haze. Let's get a nose. Okay. There's something going on here and I'm kind of digging it. Yeah, it has like, and I mean this in a positive way, I don't mean this in a negative way, it has like this kind of botanical cleaner sense of there's a medicinal kind of floral character to it, but it's not bad. It's not artificial or anything like that. Yeah, I like that. It's almost like if you're gonna make, I know it sounds kind of weird, but if you're gonna make like a natural, and this is gonna sound so bad, if you make like a natural like weed killer, I don't know if anybody has ever done that. More often than not, use like a vinegar base, but a lot of times you put like a eucalyptus and a little bit of spices, botanicals, things like that in there. If you've ever made that before, and before you add like the caustic portion of the show, whether it be the vinegar or whatever, you're doing kind of a muddled kind of botanical thing. It kind of has that going on for it, so I dig that. Yeah, it smells floral, smells spicy, smells herbal, smells bright, but it still leans a little bit citrus and kind of a lemon lime kind of way. I'm a fan. Let's dive in. Cheers. Okay, comes off a little bit tart. Just stops short of being like a Berliner Weiss kind of tartness, with a soft tartness to it. Soft tartness. That citrus definitely comes to a head. It's the biggest component in there, but it's not big by any means. It definitely comes off like spicy, or more like a skinny, kind of pithy, kind of lemon limey on it. Neither sweet nor bitter. Those botanicals kind of come through a little bit. That botanical vibe, that little bit of floral, herbal kind of spiciness comes through, but not nearly as big as you'd expect based off the nose. Done and done. It's a super clean beer. Super crisp, super chuggable. It does have this kind of lingering bitterness in the background that kind of turns me on a little bit, but there's something missing from it. Again, it's 4.2%, right? 4.2%, so you're not expecting the biggest beer in the history of mankind, but I just want something a little bit more to kind of grasp onto for an identity. Not necessarily that I want a beer kind of cranked to 11 volume-wise, especially like a Grisette, but it just lacks something. The mouthfeel's not really anything all that sultry. That tartness reminds me a little bit of a Berliner, but that's not out of the norm for a Grisette, but it's a little bit bigger, especially for how gentle all the other bits and pieces of the beer are. So it's not a bad beer. It's tasty. I can drink a bunch of them, but it just lacks a calling card for me to kind of have this beer kind of go next level and kind of set itself apart. And a lot of people might hear me say that and be like, well, no shit, Sherlock, it's a 4% beer. Listen, I had a 3.5% Grisette the other day that blew my doors off. So it's not so much that I want impact. I just want something that's a bit, I don't know, unique New York, I guess, if you will. And this one just lacks some kind of pizzazz, some kind of identity, some kind of soul. But at the same time, it's a really tasty beer. Let's put it this way. If I could drink this on draft at a brewery, I'm all in. But as far as, a limited release can of a Grisette, I have no problem with that. But I'm assuming this is probably up there in that $4 or $5 range. And made really well. Tasty beer. Just missing some component for me. So let's talk about it. It's one of the better Grisettes I've had as of late. Even all that being said, it's still worthy of being in the conversation. Just not going to be nearly up towards the top. Bagging availability, brewery only, probably a little bit more cheddar. It is what it is, and leave you with if you like what we like this beer. If you like grisettes, but you want something a little bit more drinkable as opposed to kind of impactful, when we're talking about impact, we're talking about low ABV impact, so it's not, again, 2x4 to the face stuff, then this will do you right. I mean, it's really well done, clean, well-made drinking beer. If you talk about a dry hopped grisette, just want something a little bit more. I don't want it to 11. Grisettes are usually like a 4. I want a 4.5. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a little grisette goodness right now. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.